Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Let's start with the futures. You can see today Nasdaq futures are now going towards neutral zone. Came in the sell zone. You can see yesterday multiple times, and then cooling off. And now where they are in neutral zone. So white zone, middle line is a neutral zone. So they can still pump higher in this red zone starting from 2550 and above. That's a good area to take profit. And if it comes back down in this 20,300 area and below, that's a good time to buy again. All right. S&P 500, same story here. Above 58.40 is a good area to kind of take profit or start shorting the higher we go. And below 57.92 is good area to buy. Russell is above 40. Sorry, this is Dow Jones above 43,000. Good area to take profit. And then Russell above 2121 and up is a good area to take profit. In terms of Bitcoin, you can see touching multiple red line multiple times. This is around 88,274 getting rejected here. So anyhow, if it comes back down to 86,900, this is the area you can buy again. This is only for day trading, only for today's trade. You buy near green line, you sell near red line. And if you want to know more about this indicator, click the join button in the description of this video and join my Discord channel. Let me know your user ID. I will add you to members group where I share these levels for other indices and all the stocks I buy. All right, so let's look at the long-term chart here. Let's see how things are shaping up on S&P 500. This is where we are expecting on MES chart, looking for MES to go in this top red area. All right. So right now, so there is a gap up on futures. Just keep that in mind. They could bring it back to 5,700 just to scare everybody. But I think we're heading here. Okay. So from where we are to that top, first yellow line is about 7% away. Second red line is about 12% away. This is the area where it should find some resistance, and I could see by the end of the year 65, 30, 65, 23, it could reach there. We'll keep an eye. Um, when it was here, I was telling everybody it's going to go touch green lines. It did touch green lines, and now I'm saying it's going to go touch red lines. So eventually it's going to go there. Let's go to daily chart. And let's do a cycle analysis on SPX. You can see we bottomed a couple of days earlier. So you can see here we S&P 500 came here a couple of days earlier, bottom now rallying. Okay, this is a rally time. Now you can see if I zoom in, you can see there's a gap up here happened a couple of days ago. On Monday we had a gap up, so they could bring it back down to fill this gap and then rally if they really wanna scare everybody. So you can see that's also happened possibly, or if they're done with the pullback, they're just gonna go higher, come back down and keep going higher. Regardless, I think we're heading towards this top all-time high, 6136 top gap fill. All right, just wanted to tell you that. And let's look at weekly chart very soon now. So if you look at um, sorry, let me get rid of this weekly here. You can see weekly we are bouncing off this yellow and red line. This is 50 SMA EMA on weekly, touched here, bouncing, came very close to touching, now bouncing, and again now it's bouncing again. Okay, very nice scenario, and we are probably heading towards new all-time high. NDX, same thing here, came actually, NDX was a bit scary, it came below, kind of maybe a stop loss hunt, trying to scare everybody, and now bouncing. It came below here as well. Sorry, this was a bear market. It came very close to here, touching this line, and this time it came below. So, and if it recovers and goes above fully, then this was just a trap. Dow Jones also same thing, and then IWM also same thing. In terms of Bitcoin weekly chart, you can see weekly terms of Bitcoin, we're touching these red and yellow lines, and then now bouncing from that. So we could be heading towards a new all-time high. So on a weekly basis, this is still a higher low and going towards higher high. Okay, so we have been falling higher highs and higher lows, and that's what's happening. In terms of daily chart, we are in front of this 200 EMA and SMA. Finding them as a support took a while, just consolidating, building a lot of support here, nice base. Now in front of some resistance here, so that's why it's not able to bounce very fast. So just building it below this resistance and probably going to break out very soon. This is BTC futures, and same thing here, just in front of some resistance. And again, there is a gap here. If I go to 1 hour chart, I will show you this gap. You can see this gap up happen. So they could bring all the way down if they really want to 84,000 and then big bounce it just to scare everybody. So just keep that in mind. Ethereum also same like Bitcoin, just consolidating and building the base. And Ethereum futures again, top gap is 2600 and then bottom gap is 1613 right now. We'll see which way it goes. In terms of FANG stocks, Apple, nice rally in front of some resistance now, 200 EMA light blue line. So nice recovery. It could like hold here for a day or two and then maybe start to bounce. We are looking for a gap fill of around 226. If they start to do that, then there's a lot of resistance here. So maybe there will be a slight pullback before they go higher, and there's a lot of gaps to fill on Apple. So there's, I don't think there's a lot of room to go on Apple ups to upwards move. Meta, there's a big gap here down and also gaps up. Netflix, no gaps are down. Nice rally above all moving averages. Now it's by the dip, so very V-shaped recovery going towards new all-time high. Amazon also many gaps to the top. Also this big gap to the bottom. So that's what I'm saying. There's a big gap to the bottom in most of these stocks. So just be careful. Worst case. Google also multiple gaps, possibility ups. Microsoft also. Actually, there is no gap here all the way up earnings gap, so eventually that's going to be filled. Still a lot of room to go upside and a lot of time to buy these stocks. CrowdStrike also closing above all moving averages, trying to go towards this top gap fill 448. Service now also starting to recover now. There are multiple gaps again to the upside. NVDA is a bit weaker, not sure why. Um, this gap might be filled, so we can get rid of that. So there's not a lot of gap up, but there are multiple gaps down, and there's gap around 117. So they might want to be filling that before going higher. AVGO also consolidating about 200 EMA SMA, building nice pace before they want to break it out. Toronto Stock Exchange, it's taking its time to load. Here you go, already near new all-time high. Getting 8 count sell signal yesterday, but it could still bounce. Hang Seng Index by the dip. Probably looks like they want to fill this gap around 23K, so maybe a little bit more downside. If that doesn't hold, there's another gap here around 21,900. Bond was a bit weak. Well, it's weak in the morning today. Still in front of this 50 SMA. Let's see if it can bounce. Um, if that doesn't hold it, they could bring it back to fill some of these gaps on the green on the downside. So keep that in mind. Oil finally recovering after touching this nice support green line, trying to go higher. So that's good news. Natural gas on support right now. Red and yellow lines. Gold by the dip. Again, holding very nicely above this green line, but I'm staying away from gold. It's at new all-time high. I don't want to buy gold at new all-time high. Same thing with silver and copper near all-time highs. Sugar. Again, if sugar comes back to green zone, that's another good area to buy. Making higher highs, higher lows. So if this holds here and then makes a new high, that's going to be a higher high. Wheat in front of this trend line coming back to support. Corn again in front of 200 moving average. Dollar in front of resistance. Let's see if it can break out of this. Tesla, massive rally in front of 200 moving average, multiple resistance here, so it could cool down slightly uh, to fill maybe this gap 249, and then it can break out, or if they really want to push it higher, they can still there are multiple gaps to fill to the top side. AMD also multiple gaps to fill up top side. MicroStrategy very bullish, already above all moving averages, looking for a nice bounce here on MicroStrategy. And CNQ also you can see almost recovered, V-shaped recovery, very fast recovery. You can see always recovers very fast, so looks like it wants to go now, touch these 200 moving average. We'll see how soon they can do that. And then lastly, VIX, and getting a 9 counts buy signal, so that's not good news, but doesn't mean that it always bounces. But again, if it bounced, then we could get a little bit pullback on futures, on Nasdaq, on S&P 500. If not, then it's going to crush back to $14. So we'll see. Okay, guys, that's it for today. If there's any particular stocks you want me to review, put a comment and hit the like button on your way out. I'll talk to you later. Bye.